Going 5, 4, 3, and we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ageless and Unapologetic with Vanessa J and Tina Margaris. I don't even know what episode this is, but we're really excited to be here with you today. Hashtag replay down below. And if you're watching this live, let us know that you're here with us. How's it going?
It's good. It's like we're supposed to, I know you're freezing. And it's supposed to actually be cold this week in Florida.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, I mean, not cold like you guys, but considerably colder, like below 0 at night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have enough layers there? Did you plan for that?
I always bring winter clothes because I play pickleball outside when it's like 8 or 10 degrees Celsius. You just go through that kind of thing in January because I'm North Florida, right?
Is there any other pickleball fans out there watching? Because Tina is a beast at pickleball.
I'm addicted.
Like underneath that shirt, you should see. Like she's so fit, it's crazy. And that's actually what we want to talk about today. I think that's a really interesting conversation. Is you know, cardio versus weights, especially when we're in midlife after. Over 40 and perimenopause, menopause, post-menopause, and we're going to get into it.
Yeah, I think too, because people, like you were saying, we were talking before we hopped on, if somebody's like not like, you know, hasn't been sporty their whole life, or they aren't like, you know, somebody who was always going to group classes or anything like that, and then they have that prospect of like getting their body moving in midlife, it can be daunting.
Yeah. It was something I mentioned to Tina before we jumped on. And, you know, now that I'm back to moving my body, you know, I really love it. And I think, especially if you're in our demographic, you know, and if you're watching this, you probably are more than likely. And we really did grow up in a time where, you know, we were taught that the only way to look fit or be in shape was crazy cardio sessions that had us sweating. And we didn't look forward to it. It wasn't fun. And now we understand, especially at this time, that things that we did when we were 20 and 30 years old just don't work anymore. And it really isn't the answer, these crazy cardio sessions. And so I think it's like these old beliefs of what it takes to be in shape rather than what actually is the most important thing and what's going to get us those results that we're looking for, right?
Yeah, and not only get the results you're looking for or hoping for, but like when you look at the longevity piece,
yes,
especially for midlife women, like we are losing lean muscle at a really rapid rate because we're estrogen deprived, right? And so on top of being sedentary and losing lean muscle, this is a scientific fact that women live much longer than men, but they live in poor health. Right. So our goal has to be to try to be strong, right? It's not about looking like, supermodel or anything like that, or fitness model. I mean, that's a sport, like, you know, go for it if that's what you're doing. But for the average woman, we just need to be stronger. And by utilizing or building more lean muscle, then there's a cascade of good things that happen.
Correct.
Right? If we're building and holding onto our lean muscle, then our metabolism is running faster.
Right? It's funny, you know, when we build lean muscle, number one, I know I sweat a little bit when I'm working out. You know what I mean? It's almost like a 2-in-1 because I'm getting the shape. We're losing, like you said, it's a cascade. It's a domino effect. You know, we get the body that we want. We have the longevity piece. We boost our metabolism. We, you know, fun fact, because I actually wrote this down. I didn't know this, by the way, so that's why I wrote it down. So when we work out, it will actually raise your testosterone levels. And I know I need all the hormones I can get. But testosterone will actually help support our lean muscle. Helps with our fat metabolism. Bone density, super important for us as we get older, right? Bone density is massive. Big reason why a lot of women have chosen to start lifting a little bit heavier.
Yes.
Good for energy and motivation, mood and confidence, because now we're looking good, we're feeling good. Great for our libido. Yes, we still have it, ladies. We hope. And also great for cognitive drive and focus as well. So it's really a domino effect.
And two, really, really important in this day of insulin resistance, having more muscle helps you to control and have more stable blood sugar levels.
Amazing. So, I'm thinking about somebody, we talk to a lot of women all the time, and we get a lot of women asking different questions like, do I really have to go to the gym? Do I really have to work out? So like, let's talk to the woman that maybe never works out, has never really gotten into lifting weights. Like, what are some advice that we could, or maybe she doesn't want to lift weights, or even if there's a starting point that maybe we could advise?
I think that number one, you have to find something that gives you like a little bit of joy. But at the beginning of anything, when you are apprehensive, like, oh, I've never gone to yoga, or I've never gone to a Pilates class, or I've never gone to a group fitness, or I've never been a member of a gym, or how much is it going to cost me to pay a personal trainer to teach me how to do these things? This is what I would tell you. Start with walking, right? Because believe it or not, and Vanessa says it all the time, like her legs look and feel their strongest and best when she's getting her daily walks in, right? Like, I think you said that last week, but I think it can be easy as that. And I think that this is like a really fun thing to do, because there are so many free resources in regards to exercise. First, like we have Melanie McCauley in our Menopause Unlocked group, and she is a 30-year Les Mills fitness pro. She has made, I think there's at least 28 different little 15 to 20-minute videos you can do to get you started on something that you might like to do, even if it's just stretching to start. But I think we got to just form some habits. And then resistance training, by all means, is like, the be all end all, but you don't have to do resistance training like with dumbbells or weights to get started. Sometimes it's just your own body weight.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
And doing modifications of things that you see these really super fit people do. Like, you just need to meet yourself where you're at, but you need to go going. And then for me, I have no meniscus in that left knee. So even carrying like heavy grocery bags for me, because there's no cartilage there's no shock absorption. If I carry like heavy grocery bags or anything like that, I feel like bang, bang, like bone on bone. I do resistance bands. I still have great shape in my arms and, like those sorts of things, but it doesn't have to be heavy weights or crazy weights. Mind you, if that's something you love, it's amazing, right? But doing something like that 3 times a week is a great habit forming thing. And like I said, we have the resources in our Menopause Unlocked group, which everybody who's listening is invited to if you're not already in there, right? It's in the guide section for those people that are watching on the group right now. And also, you can go to YouTube, like do a dance exercise video to start.
Listen, I love my at home in front of my TV. First of all, it saves me time. And just like most women, I think going to the gym, especially when you haven't in a long time, can feel a little bit intimidating. But I just want to give you a little tough love, because this isn't just about looking good. This is your health. You are the most important thing, and yes, we love supplements. Yes, we love nutrition, but we also live in this body. And, if I have to put on a YouTube video, and there are so many great 20-minute videos, as Tina said, we have videos in our group. There are so many tools and resources if you have to get going slowly. For me, I know a couple of years ago, it really did start with very basic, easy stuff. And then I started to build, I started to gain more confidence. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go outside and cross the parking lot because I literally have a gym right across the street because I was feeling good. But what's so interesting, and I was, listening to a couple of things earlier today, was it's also so important for women, if you don't want to lift a ton of weight, it's really important for us to for our metabolism is our legs and our mobility. So yes, like Tina said, and I, again, most underrated exercise. Listen, I sit on my butt during the week. I think a lot of us do. We drive everywhere, and it's always my butt and my hips that shows the most because I'm not doing as much walking or strength exercising. But what's crazy is below the belly button, that's the most important, our legs, and below it's the most important muscle groups that we can actually work out. If it means putting on a weighted vest around the house, even if it's a light one, 20 pounds.
Mine's 6 pounds. Mine is 6 pounds because I can't have heaviness on that knee, and I still get a great walk with it.
Oh yeah, it's great. They say that if you have weight bearing, that's why they always say weight bearing, and you see people lifting heavy at the gym. But if you have a weighted vest on your skeletal frame, not only are you working out your legs, but you're also building bone density. You can actually increase your bone density by 3% in as little as 12 months just by doing that 3 times a week. Yeah, it's a big statistic. Yeah, really.
That's amazing. And I mean, I'm not a little person, but you know how like little ladies, they get that, osteoporosis so much easier, or the sarcopenia, like all that kind of stuff. So super important. I want to go over, and I'll say like some of the mistakes we all made or we make in midlife when it comes to exercise. And we're like, shout out a mistake, and then we'll Vanessa will talk about it, that sort of thing. But I think
no pressure.
I think we addressed like this already, but kind of like a lot of people will say, okay, to lose weight, I'm going to do cardio. It's going to be like cardio based.
No, because okay, sure, this is what's going to happen. You're going to do a ton of cardio, but just like anything else, your body's going to adapt to that. So you're going to always have to increase your cardio just to maintain. Just like anything, you walk the same loop every day, eventually you're going to plateau. You're also going to end up kind of feeding on your muscle. You're going to have nothing to go on, so you're just going to look thin, but you're not going to have any strength. You're not going to have any form. So really important that you're.
Yeah. And also too, I think when we talk about cardio, it's not just like, I think you can do the walking. We have a great walking for weight loss program inside Menopause Unlocked. It's free, guys. It's in the guides. But there are different things like I do if I'm going to go, like I'm going to jump into really lots of walking. Right now I'm training for pickleball a lot and doing a lot of drills, and I'm a little bit sore sometimes, sort of I don't really want to do the walking part. I'll do my resistance bands. But you can do things like you're going to walk really fast for 1 minute, and then you're going to walk slow for 1 minute, and you're going to walk. So those are the kind of intervals you can do. You don't have to be running. You don't have to be on the elliptical. You don't have to be doing those sorts of things. So I think that's super important. And when you're doing a really good walking for weight loss program, you aren't going to risk the muscle loss as much, right? So I think that's really important. And then here's one of my other ones. When people are first starting their workout, they'll say, oh, okay, wait, I want to lean out first, and then I'll start doing resistance exercise or weightlifting.
No.
First.
No. No. And that's the thing. First of all, muscle building, toning, that again is going to create a whole ripple effect down, domino effect down. So with with the gain of muscle, you'll actually simultaneously start losing fat. There will be a period. I think a lot of women get a little freaked out because they start putting on muscle. Like I know in the last couple of weeks, I've been working out again. I look at the scale, I'm like, oh my God, I'm gaining weight. It's normal. You start working out, you look at the scale, your body will have a moment where it's just adjusting. But I know it's just a period where your body's just protecting itself. It's holding on to a little bit more water, and then you're going to see that kind of flush, so to speak, and you'll start seeing that definition. You'll start seeing that scale, that recomposition that we really like. And again, going back to, what happens when our estrogen drops, our muscle fat goes up. But if we can start building muscle, and we can start, and we talk a lot, especially with supplementation, like body recomposition, really important. If you're not lifting weights and supporting your muscle, food, nutrition, supplementation, wow, like, the domino effect just layers on top of each other.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on warming up?
I believe in warming up for sure. Well, listen, I mean, I don't want to hurt anything. When I was younger, I think maybe I didn't warm up as much. Now I feel it. If I don't warm up, even if it's 5 minutes, I'm in a condo, so there's some really great things I can do. I don't even have to jump up and down for warming up my muscles, getting my body moving. If I'm doing an upper body, even if it's just taking a very light pair of weights, doing that same exercises I'm going to do just to kind of warm up those muscles, really important, not to hurt yourself. Yeah.
What about people saying, oh my gosh, I'm eating so little and I'm not losing weight?
That's probably because you're eating so little. But I really do. I really do want to say this. Yes, I guess, like, I don't believe in diets. I just believe in eating properly. I truly do believe that you don't necessarily have to worry about calories when you have balanced meals, because then you're eating the right foods, less cravings, you're getting your body into a fat burning window. But we really do want to make sure that you're not grazing all day on sort of empty calories. You want to make sure that it's intentional a little bit. And once you start doing it,
it's so much easier.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean,
it feels so much better.
Of course. And I do want to add, because we are talking about, weights and stuff, make sure that before you work out, you have something in your body. Really important that you do not work out fasted, especially at our age. We do not want to deplete any muscle that we have. We want to make sure that we're feeding our body and giving ourselves some fuel.
Yeah, that 100%. And obviously, when you're eating too little and then, on the cardio bus, it just leads to like over fatigue, lots of cravings, all the things. And really, you want to have a base of eating around protein.
Yes. Protein.
Right? I mean, we talk about it so much. Everybody on here knows, but, and I'm inundated. I don't know. I did a reel that said, like, I feel so much peer pressure to eat protein, like more peer pressure than I did to try all the things when I was a teenager. Like as an adult, it's like all you see is protein, but there's a reason for that. I mean, the nutraceutical world or the medical world is, we're just like,
but you can't sit here and say you want the body, you want the muscles, you want to be in shape, you want to live a long life, you want all the things, and not make protein a priority. We're not saying it for the good of our health. You know what I mean? It's a fact. We want to maintain our muscle, and that's really important. Yeah.
Yeah. What about the people that say I only track my weight on the scale?
Also no. Also no. Again, listen, I mean, if you're making moves and you're putting on lean muscle,
making moves.
Yeah, you're putting on lean muscle. You know your body, and you'll look in the mirror. You'll see how your jeans are fitting. You'll see your body starting to shift. You know what I mean? And so when you go on the scale, but meanwhile you're like, my butt looks a little bit raw, and like my tummy's a little bit less bloated, or my arms are starting to, that like if there is a gain on the scale, number one, eventually things will shift. But also, even if there is, but you're in the best shape of your life, I wouldn't care what the scale says.
Yeah, I don't really step on the scale. I mean, when we're doing challenges with the group, it's a good way to track, but it's really, you're just tracking the loss of inflammation.
Yeah.
Or the loss of bloating.
I do want to say, so there's a free app for anybody that wants to know. It's called Me 360, and it's free. And it will scan your body. It will give you all of your dimensions, your inches, everything, totally free. So I would recommend doing something like that rather than going on the scale.
Me 360, guys. Me 360 is the name of the app. Because the other thing is too, like I always used to say, it's about waste management, like WAIST. This is where our health lies. Remember, like you said, below the belly button or whatever. So it's waste management. Like this is what you want to track. Like, how's my waist? Is my waist going down? That's the important thing, because why? When our waist is big or we have fat protruding from our stomach, that is showing us visceral fat. That is showing us that our organs that are all in the abdominal cavity are jam-packed with fat, and the only place it can go is pushing to the outside. So the goal is waist management, right? And also to look at, are you getting any strength gains? Do you feel stronger? Are you getting more energy? Are your cravings less? Are you sleeping better?
Sleeping better, like a baby.
So important. So I just want to say, like, I think like the best weekly template people can have is 3 days a week of trying to do some form of resistance exercise. And like I said, I can't stress it enough. Come to Menopause Weight Busters, right? Melanie's provided all that stuff. It's just free in the guides. You can pick whatever you want. She's done all kinds of stuff. She's even done some seated stuff, like from a chair for people who are just getting started or not as mobile as anybody else. Those sorts of things. 3 days a week. Then 2 to 3 days a week, you want to be starting your walking program, some form. And I say, if you've never walked before, number one, don't walk in the shoes that you weed your garden with. Get yourself a nice pair of shoes, like hockey players have good skates, you know, those sorts of things. It's your tool that you need to be successful, but don't get intimidated. Just say to yourself, oh, I'm going to walk 5 minutes away from my house and 5 minutes back. Do that for a week. That's 10 minutes. And the best time to really walk is for 10 minutes after a meal.
True.
That's ideal.
And, you know, I know for myself right now, it's a little bit challenging to get outside and walk, but here's what I'll say. Find ways to sneak in steps. There's so many different ways. If you are on the phone, stand up and walk around. If you're scrolling, maybe it's your rule. Okay, if I'm going to scroll, then I should get up. You know, sometimes I'm like, oh man, like you should see the weather out there. I don't want to walk out there. But, you know, I will walk up and down the stairs, or I'll walk along the hallways. I mean, I'll clean the house. You know what I mean? Like, and, you know, like there's so many little ways. I mean, sometimes I look at, listen, I love a drive-through coffee just like the next person. Park your car and walk inside. You know, there's so many little ways you can sneak in those extra steps. If
100. And then, I don't know. It's about stacking habits, right?
Yes. Let's talk about stacking habits. Oh, and by the way, anybody who's watching, like, we want to hear from you as well. Number one, do you work out? What's your favorite type of workout? And is there anything that you have to ask us? Because, like, we're here to help. So if you have any questions, put them down below as well. We want to help serve you as well. So let us know, you know, what's your favorite workout? What's your biggest challenge? We want to hear about that as well.
Yeah, because then we'll come in and we'll talk about it. Yeah. Because we have the same challenges. We all have the same challenges, right? We're all in this together. Absolutely. That was great, Vanessa, because we just get talking and then we forget to, like, engage.
Let's talk about something.
Watching. Thank you for watching us.
Yeah. Yes, yes, thank you. But let's talk. We came up with a really great, we say challenge, but yeah, it's a challenge. What are you going to say?
Well, I think too, it's also like it is a challenge because we're deciding we're going to do it from one day to another. But those sorts of things, it's also accountability, and it's also community.
Yes.
Because we're doing it together, and that it makes it so fun. Do you have that? Oh my gosh, you have it
right now.
Yay!
Yeah.
So inside our Menopause Unlocked group, we're going to do a Stack Your Habits challenge. Okay, it's free. It's free to do the challenge. And we're going to run it from February 2nd to February 6th. Now, there are some people that are going to be doing a kickstart with us, right? This is completely separate from that. This is just like, you're going to figure it out. We're going to do it with you. We're going to check in daily inside our Menopause Unlocked group. But here are the habits that we're trying to stack over those 5 days. You want to make one protein priority meal a day. Now, does that mean you only eat protein? No, it just means I want you to, or we want you to be cognizant that, okay, I'm having protein. Yeah, I'm going to have some fiber, which would be fruits and vegetables, carbs, that sort of thing. And I'm going to have some healthy fat. Everything you need to know is inside that group. Like the most amazing lists of food, all the things you need. But that's like one of the things. So every day from February 2nd to 6th, you're going to have a protein priority meal. Then you want to drink at least 60 ounces of water a day. Now, people, that's not very much, right? But we're getting started on stacking habits. So if you look at this is 40 ounces. I drink 3 of these a day to get 120 ounces. So how about 1.5 a day? That's it over the 5 days. Then you're going to choose to walk for 10 minutes after one meal. You choose a meal, whatever it is. And then this one might be hard because you have to be a little organized to go to bed 30 minutes early. But it's kind of saying to yourself, you know how some people, I can't do it, get in bed and scroll until they think they want to fall asleep. And that the blue, right? Like the screen is so not good for your sleeping. Mm-hmm. So going to bed 30 minutes early might mean not scrolling for 30 minutes, before you fall asleep. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come inside the group daily for a check-in. You just got to check in. Hey, I did my 4 habits today, right? Mm-hmm. And we'll talk about it and how fun we're doing and what we're doing, those sorts of things. But you just have to check in each day inside the Menopause Unlocked group. So you got to be in that group. If you're not in that group, type group in the comments. We'll get you an invite, right? So you want to do that. And then we'll check in every day. And then at the end, everybody who checked in all 5 days, Vanessa, we're going to give away 2 Kickstart packs because we do one on the first week of every month and the 3rd week of every month. And a 7-day kickstart will include some of those things for sure that we're stacking with our habits, but also introducing, and I actually have it right here, believe it or not. So it comes, where we are. It comes like this. There are 7 days of the body peptide blend, and there are 7 days of the Nueva Nitro, the most amazing brain fog drink known to mankind.
So we're giving away 2 of those at the end of the shop. Amazing.
Yeah. So each one is valued at $100 US. So we're going to give away 2 of them at the end of that. And so you'll get it in time to do the kickstart with us.
Amazing.
So I think that you need to come to the group, number 1, right? The person, whoever, you come and say, hey, Vanessa invited me, or hey, Tina invited me. We're going to be connected with you in the group. We'll be able to share with you where the resources are, what's going to happen. And you get to have some accountability on stacking habits, and you get to have community, right? And I can guarantee you do that for 5 days, you're going to get some of that energy back that you had. You're going to lose some inflammation. You're just going to be recognizing, hey, it's not so hard.
No, it's not so hard. I love it. I'm so excited for this challenge.
Yeah, me too.
Perfect timing just before my 50th birthday. Giving myself a little bit spelt.
You've got the habit stacked. That's the thing. We find it easy because we've been doing it a while, but it was never hard to begin with. It was just like diving in, getting started. And I think that those 4 things that we chose, Vanessa, they're not overwhelming.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. And once you get into the routine, then it's kind of like being able to improve, and next thing you know, you're a whole other woman. Yeah.
Type group, guys. And listen, if you're already in Menopause Weight Busters and you want to do the habit stacking challenge, of course, like anybody in the group is invited to do it. Just put habit. And we'll make sure we send you a little messenger, and you'll get a reminder before we get started and that sort of thing. But I think it's going to be super fun.
Amazing. So starting February 2nd in a week, in just a few days. So jump in there sooner than later. Tina, we're already at 31 minutes. If you don't know, we always try and stick around 30 minutes so that just so that we don't keep you here forever and ever and ever. But if we haven't told you already, we love you guys. We're here to help you. We get excited about this stuff. You're our people and we want to help. So have a great day, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. Ciao for now.
I love you in sign language. Woo-hoo.
Is it?
American Sign Language. I love you. I do it for my sister.